Syrian President Ahmed al-Sharaa is warning of a so-called second battle, not one of weapons, but of unity as his country faces renewed unrest in the south. In a rare admission, the president acknowledged Syria is still healing from more than a decade of civil war, but insisted the solution cannot come through further bloodshed. We still have another battle ahead of us to unify Syria, and it should not be with blood and military force. It should be through some kind of understanding, because Syria is tired of war. The comments come after deadly unrest gripped Sweida province last month, where clashes erupted between Druze fighters and Sunni Bedouin militias, then escalated to draw in government forces. Rights groups and Druze factions accuse Syrian forces of siding with Bedouin fighters, carrying out abuses including summary executions. Sweida witnessed violations from all sides. Even some of our security forces committed abuses, said President Ahmed al-Sharaa. The state is required to hold all perpetrators of violations to account, whatever their affiliation, he added. Sweida witnessed many violations from all sides. Some members of the security forces and army in Syria also carried out some violations. The state is required to hold all perpetrators of violations to account, whatever their affiliation. President Sharai also issued a sharp warning to Israel, accusing it of direct interference in southern Syria and exploiting the unrest to undermine state authority. He said that Israel is intervening directly in Sweida, seeking to implement policies aimed at weakening the state in general or finding excuses to interfere in ongoing policies in the southern region. Damascus is also struggling to finalize a deal with Kurdish leaders in the north, who demand greater autonomy, a move the government firmly opposes. For Syria's post-war leadership, the fight ahead may not be on the battlefield, but in resisting division and foreign influence, one negotiation at a time.
I would like to update you on what we have done in Syria and what we will do in Syria. We set a clear policy: demilitarization of the area south of Damascus, from the Golan to the Druze mountain region. That's one line. The second line is protecting the brothers of our brothers, the Druze on the Druze mountain. Both of these things were violated by the regime in Damascus. He set the army south of Damascus into the area that was supposed to be demilitarized, and he began massacring the Druze. We could not accept this in any way, so I instructed the IDF to act, and to act forcefully, to tip the scales against both the murder gangs and the regime. And I also ordered to strike the Ministry of Defense in Damascus. As a result of this massive operation, a ceasefire was established, and the Syrian forces retreated back to Damascus. This is important. This is a ceasefire that was achieved through strength. Not through requests, not through pleas, but through strength. And we achieve peace through strength, quiet through strength, security through strength, on 7 fronts. This will also continue to be our policy. We will not allow military forces to move south of Damascus. We will not allow harm to come to the Druze in Jabal al-Druze. I want to share with you something that moved me deeply in the past 2 days. Sheikh Morfak Tarif, the leader of the Druze in Israel, reached out to me, and he told me the following. He said to me, with a somber and reflective tone, during the horrific period of the Holocaust, when you, the Jewish people, were enduring unimaginable suffering and systematic persecution, you cried out for assistance and desperately called for help, yet tragically, no one came to your aid. Today, we, the Druze community, are facing similar hardships and are also being unjustly persecuted, experiencing our own profound struggles and challenges.